curveballs on stream. We're doing it live.
All right, go ahead. You
All
guys
right.
continue. I mean, I don't have
The
much else
next
to say
game
with
that I
Xbox.
think we should go with is definitely Forza.
Yeah, that's the first thing I have. I covered that.
I don't know
shit.
about you guys, but I am a huge fan of the racing game series.
I could not care less about
and
Forza.
Forza is amazing. Because I'm all about some Gran Turismo. Forza as well. I bought Forza 6, and I believe I have played Forza Horizon 2 or one of the others. And I love racing games. They're great. With 4K, it's going to be amazing. I love that they took that chance to reveal the new 2018 Porsche 911
Okay.
GT2 RS. I love cars. You know me. I'm a car fanatic.
I know you are. I do not think that a E3 press conference is the place to unveil a car and try and get you to go, hey, look at this car, you can buy it later, or not because half of you are broke. I think that was kind of tasteless to me.
Forza is super good for the fact that you can spin the wheel, win a prize. When I first started Forza 6, I won a Bugatti Veyron $2 million car on my very first spin. And the rest of the game was pretty simple.
Oh, I figure we should go ahead and announce that this is Forza 7 Motorsport.
Yes.
Anyways, go ahead.
I thought I already said that. My bad. I guess I didn't say Forza 7. But
I just wanted to cover that.
I think it's going to be great. I saw the weather changes in it. I saw the graphics of it. It looked fantastic. I could spend all day talking about this, but you guys aren't really racing fans, so
I'm a racing fan, but it's for something a little different. Also, I did put in my notes that because of the name of the car, I felt like we should try to insert a 911 joke somewhere, but I'm not coming up with any anywhere soon.
Oh, Jesus. Nope, don't have it in me.
After Forza, they unveiled Metro Exodus with just a CG trailer trying to emulate gameplay but not showing it correctly. I don't care. I never played any of the Metro games. Did you guys?
I did not play it. I've never played any of the Metro games previous to this. I've seen them. They looked pretty legitimate, but I haven't seen them. The gameplay looks pretty decent, kind of like a little post-apocalyptic, kind of sketchy, kind of horror survival feeling.
It seems decently cool and everything. It's Metro is based off originally a novel series that I've never read either. I don't know. I don't have really any experience with Metro. I just know that trailer was trying to emulate gameplay, but certain shots were just making it look very fake, like making it look like you should believe that this is some awesome gameplay. It's like, no, this is all pre-rendered stuff.
They do that. A lot of people do that. Kind of like how
I have no idea. Oh yeah.
Gameplay, but they were like artist-created creatures for the reveal. I mean, I'm watching a little bit of the trailer right now for Metro, and I mean, it looks pretty legit. Like something to keep you on your toes. There's monsters attacking you constantly. You're shooting at them.
Yeah.
It looks pretty legit. I'd play it, definitely. I haven't played any of the previous ones, but I would definitely play this one. I'm pretty excited about it. It actually looks really good.
Okay, thoughts on that, Stanley?
It's releasing in 2018, so it'll be something that we'll have to wait for.
Yeah.
But I've seen some people say that it's decidedly dark. It does take place in
post-apocalyptic
Russia. Post-apocalyptic Russia. So I was right about that. You're fighting mutated beasts. A lot of people are looking forward to it. They say if it's half as good as the first two games, it's going to be a good one. But what's the next one? Hello? What's the next game? All right then. I guess I will go ahead and discuss. I'm trying to think of what the other games I saw that looks good were. Middle Earth: Shadow of War. I think Middle Earth: Shadow of War looks pretty serious. Everybody raved about the first game and how good it was. I didn't see anything about it. I did see that the gameplay looked pretty serious. The fact that you get a orc who joins forces with you looks pretty cool. Everybody's like, even if you're not a Lord of the Rings fan, you need to play this game. It's fantastic. So I'm pretty excited for it. You guys have anything to add on Middle Earth: Shadow of War?
What happened? Okay.
I didn't hear a word you said. Okay. There we go.
Sorry about that.
And,
We had some problems going on there.
Alright, what do you think about this Darwin project? Actually, before we start that, I was just talking about Shadow of War, Middle Earth: Shadow of War. Do you have anything to add to that?
I think Shadow of War looks really cool. I've played a little bit of the first Mordor, but I think that it was incredibly hard. So I'm not real sure about that. It's not exactly my type of game at that point. But I could give this one definitely a try. I mean, if I have one thing to say about it,
Go ahead.
if I have one thing to say about it, okay.
I've seen a lot of people say that the first one had like a champion system, where
It has the
if you
Nemesis
died to an
system, which
enemy-
they are bringing back.
Nemesis, that's it. Yeah. So if you died, the person who killed you leveled up,
Yeah.
and they'd hunt you down whenever and they'd hunt you down. And
Well, it's that
a friend of mine got
it
stuck
always
in the
shows them
game.
getting. It always shows them getting like new traits and everything. Like if you fight them and don't kill them, then they would become like scared
A
of
friend
certain
of mine
things.
had a lot of trouble with the first one because she died to get to an enemy, and they kept killing her over and over. And I got to be to where he was so strong, all she could do is run from him, or she'd get murdered. So I'm kind of hoping they'll bring that back. I think that's a really unique system, and it's really neat. And so I think Middle Earth: Shadow of War looks like it's going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
So that was a great thing about Middle Earth, and I'm definitely excited for the second one. The first one, it was good, especially if you're a big Lord of the Rings fan.
I find it weird that they're doing Shadow of War being shown on Microsoft stage when wasn't Shadow of Mordor an exclusive to PlayStation?
No.
It was-
Oh, okay.
But there was some extra content for PlayStation, I think. I didn't get to play it, but I know that it was rated in the top 10 games
Yeah.
for under $20.
Yes, it's a very
So,
good game still.
Once it went down in price to $19.99, it was rated in the top games to buy for under $20. So I think, and it won a ton of awards. So I think the next one will be good. I know I'm going to sound silly, but I was kind of hoping. Speaking of that, I was kind of hoping that they'd announce The Witcher 4. That would have
No,
been.
CD
another
Projekt
Witcher
is working
game.
on something else. They're working on a Cyberpunk game. But either way, they weren't shown this E3.
I know that they're doing a Witcher TV show, so some part of me had hoped that they'd announce that in between it. And what made me think of that is all the awards, because they said The Witcher is the most awarded game to have ever come out. The Witcher 3.
I don't know.
I will say
I'm
one
pretty
thing I
excited for
really
it, though.
loved about Shadow of War was those orcs' personalities were the best.
No, yeah, no. Oh my God, I enjoyed the fact that when you take them over, and they do.
Oh
it's
yeah,
it
what's
was
up,
such
man?
a great idea. That was such a great idea, you know. It was such a great idea for them to do the whole taking over and then making them run around and do,
I also want
do
to
stuff
talk
for you.
about, since we've pretty much covered about all you can cover out of that, I want to talk about the Darwin Project. I don't know if you guys
Okay.
saw the Darwin Project,
I did.
but it
Watched all.
looks great.
Okay,
think
I will
that-
say one thing I missed out on because the next thing I was originally going to cover was the game on PC that's now going to be on Xbox One is PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, the battle royale-esque game that's been on PC for a while. They said 30 million or 3 million, I don't remember what kind of players and everything. And then the Darwin Project just literally looks like they're doing that their own way and in a more cartoonish style.
What it is that games like H1Z1 and that game too, PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, have really given a rise to these battle royale, giant kind of games. But one of the things they said that makes the Darwin Project unique is that there are environmental threats in addition to the other players.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's going to definitely be a good game. I kind of feel it had kind of like, when I first saw it, I was like, man, this kind of reminds me of Overwatch.
Yeah, it's
with
definitely
like the skulls up top and stuff.
shooter.
And it looks good though. I mean, so I'm watching some of the gameplay right now. It looks pretty good. I really was a fan of H1Z1, games similar to that. So I'm pretty excited for Darwin Project. PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds is definitely one I'll want to watch out for too, because I think it'd be a good game as well.
If anything, I think that them acquiring the ability to put PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds on Xbox One for Microsoft. It's something that they got for Xbox. I think people are going to gravitate towards that. Probably well. Or
Sammy, did you want to talk about Black Desert Online?
Not really, because I like I said, I did like a 10-minute rundown. So all it did was show Black Desert, like little quick video clips. It didn't really do anything else except for, hey, look at this.
That's all they really have of it. A lot of people.
yeah, it didn't show a lot.
Right
I think it
now-
just even. I don't think it even showed anything. I think it just showed a logo. I don't remember. Like I don't remember
No,
a lot
there's
about
a
it other
video.
than it's
I just watched it.
MMO
It's
or
pretty-
something like that.
It's alright. It looks pretty good. It'll support 4K, which will be great. But what they're saying really about it is it looks like it's going to be a good game to get if you're going to if you're already growing tired of Elder Scrolls Online, Final Fantasy 14, Neverwinter, those kinds of games, those fantasy RPG MMOs, or I should say MMORPGs. If you're getting tired of those, then this would be a good one to try out. I'll probably try it. I mean, especially if it comes out free. The fact that they mention Final Fantasy 14 and Elder Scrolls Online makes me feel like you're going to have to pay to play kind of thing.
Yeah.
You may just have to buy the game if we're lucky. Otherwise, you'll have to pay a subscription. But I'll probably end up trying that out because I like the fantasy MMOs. I think it looks like it'll be pretty good.
I think like
is anyone-
PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. That's another. Yeah.
Does anyone else have anything else to add for Xbox or?
Well, there's also Crackdown 3, which I assume is going to be a big title for the Xbox. Crackdown in the past has been
Bad
pretty good.
suspicion that Crackdown 3 is going to be Microsoft's Last Guardian. It will run.
The fact that they had
awful
Terry
on
Crews
Xbox
in the
One
trailer
X.
for it is going to be...
That Terry Crews trailer was the most batshit insane thing. Not of E3, because I've seen something worse now.
I'm obsessed with Terry Crews. I think, or not obsessed, but I really enjoy him. I'm glad that he's probably going to be Doomfist. I think that having him in an ad for a game was definitely a smart decision.
I know that they gave it a release date, Crackdown 3 finally, or at least a release window, but I forgot to write it down, so I don't know what that is. I want to say it was a release window rather than a release date. But I'm just scared because of how long Crackdown 3 has apparently been possibly in development. Like what, 2 years ago? If it may have been more than that. That we got shown Crackdown 3, and then we hadn't heard anything from it for the longest time until now. I'm just kind of afraid for Microsoft that it's going to be another Last Guardian where it doesn't run that well on current gen. You have to get the grade one for it to run well.
So here's the games that we haven't covered, and you guys decide if you want to talk about them. There's State of Decay 2. I love zombies.
Don't care.
It's a zombie game, but I didn't play the first one.
I thought that State of Decay 2 at this point, but I know in my notes I literally put it looks bad. I did not like the way it looked. I also think it keeps coming in waves where there's games and then nothing and then a rush of zombie games, and it's like, I need to stop doing that.
It's just one of those things. Yeah, the zombie genre is dead. They've beat that thing into the dirt. It's done.
I feel like Walking Dead fans had a lot to do with that.
A little bit.
Probably.
There's a bunch of games coming out that are indie-style games as well, or they
that's
look
what
like
I wanted to get
indie
to.
games.
I
I
would
figure
say
they are all roped in together. And out of those, you've got The Artful Escape, Tacoma, Deep Rock Galactic.
Deep Rock Galactic, I thought, I can understand why people can say that would look good, maybe. I did not like the aesthetic of it at all. I thought it was really weird to just be kind of Minecraft-esque, where you're launching, creating tunnels. I don't know if you take that and create resources, but then all of a sudden, Star Trooper bugs.
So, I think that it looks okay. It definitely doesn't look bad, but it does look a lot like an indie game.
Yeah, it's definitely got an indie game style. I've warmed up to it a little bit more.
And then there's also The Last Night, which looks
like it will
be...
Oh my god, that art...
It looks good, but it looks like it's going to be a side-scroller, which is fine. A lot of good games are side-scrollers. But I just, some part of me just is not excited for it at all.
If anything, I will just love to see the game. I would love to see someone play it, because I love the way that pixel art looks. I also love the way that the world, what I put down was, it kind of looks like met Pacific Rim, met Kung Fury all at the same time for its aesthetic of its world.
Kung Fury is the shit, though. Yeah. But we've also got Sea of Thieves, which looks alright. Pirate game. Everybody loves pirate games. It looks alright.
Yeah.
Was it Ori and the Will of the Wisps, or Ori?
Ori looked fucking beautiful. That CGI, I don't know what that's going to say about it. I didn't play any of the other one.
It's an indie game, but it looks like it's a sequel to Ori and the Blind Forest.
It was Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Yeah, visually it's gorgeous. It looks beautiful. Visually, I love it. I love the art of it. I love the way that they've made the backgrounds look. I enjoy I really do enjoy it. We've now covered every single game except for Life is Strange Before the Storm. Now,
I never played Life is Strange 1.
Yeah, so I've played the first episode, and it's pretty interesting. Now,
is it a story kind of game, kind of like Heavy Rain and stuff?
It's a story kind of game, and it's pretty interesting. It has supernatural things going on. I don't want to ruin it for you guys. But
I know it's like, well, I'm not gonna say I know something about it, but I'm not gonna say it because I don't know about Steven.
And it's all I know is it doesn't seem like the ending of the game, from what I see, is gonna be like, oh my god, so cool.
Well,
but I feel like everything
about that Life is Strange 2 is going to be a prequel.
Oh, well, that's gonna be interesting.
That is interesting.
But I believe, anyways.
Well, you'll find out. It says Before the Storm. I know why you say that, Gerald. I already know. I got you. I already got you. So, is there nothing else about Xbox that we?
A couple of things that we can slowly touch on. Code Vein. It's apparently, from what I've heard, anime Souls-ish. In my notes, I literally put anime Souls. Choose your waifu now. Whenever they were doing their indie talk, one was just like a Dark Souls, esque looking game. It was like called Ashen. I don't remember a lot about it at this point because I've seen so many conferences at this point.
I've got Ashen pulled up actually. I didn't look at it.
Oh, cool.
Anime Souls. It's interesting. Yeah, they said that it is billed as an action RPG, presumably in the vein of Diablo or Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Set in a world devoid of natural sunlight, it seems to have some horror elements as well.
Yeah.
No release date, but the game has been in development since 2014 at the minimum.
Okay, and at this point, I'd say the only thing left to talk about Microsoft is Xbox One X. Is anyone actually interested in an Xbox One X? Because I'm not. Not for $500.
It's 500. No,
It is $500, and it's going.
It's
I don't
gonna
remember
be-
when it's releasing either.
I
I just can't bring my $500 is a little pricey. I may very well end up with one. It just depends. Like I truly believe that they'll announce next gen consoles next
In like
year.
a year or two.
It would
Yeah.
make so it would kind of make buying a Xbox One X or a PlayStation Pro even at this point kind of like negligible.
Yeah.
Whereas you
Um,
could just go out and buy a Switch.
Yeah. Buy a
Which-
Switch for
So-
$300.
Another game system.
Which has
So
plenty of
talking
things we can
about-
talk about later. The best thing I'd say came from
Yeah.
this is the fact that Xbox One S is going to have a price drop to $250.
Well, right now, PlayStation, the gold PlayStation 4 1 terabyte is $249.
Yeah,
So I was like, I don't
that's
know.
something
I'd
that
rather have
Microsoft
a-
needed to do, I guess.
Yeah, I was like, I'd rather have a gold 1 terabyte hard drive PlayStation for $250 than buying a Xbox One S for what was it, $299?
It was $299 at the time, yeah.
I don't need
So,
another Xbox anyway, though.
I don't know if anyone wants to do this, but do you guys have like a grade, like from F to A minus,
I can,
A
I
plus,
can
whatever?
figure out one.
If we're going by games, I would give an A to a handful. If we're talking
No,
about
no,
the
No, the
no.
conference itself,
Overall.
basically.
Overall.
overall conference, I'm gonna have to go with probably a B, maybe a C. Their reveal is their conference is pretty good. It's pretty enjoyable. Not as bad as Bethesda's. So
Oh.
that's a big. That'll be something we'll get into later.
Oh, yeah.
Bethesda.
I would give Microsoft's conference, I want to say maybe a C plus, something
A
around there.
3.5 out of a 3.5 out of 5. There you go. 3.5
Yeah.
out of 5.
It was average. I mean, like there were just some things that they said that just kind of like, meh, whatever, I don't care. And the biggest, I would probably give them actually more of a C or C minus maybe, because every single game they revealed, it's also coming to PC. And you're trying to
Well-
tout the fact that you have the most powerful console to date now, but anyone who wants to buy it for that amount can just like spend
Yeah.
almost
You can
$100
build a
more or
gaming
so
PC.
and the gaming PC for that. That'll run it just as fine.
So I'm
Well-
gonna be.
I mean, you can't
I
run
was
4K.
The
for that.
other thing is that now, well, even if you're one of those people that is like, well, I prefer a controller while I'm gaming
You can
to
hook up
a
an Xbox
mouse,
controller.
you can hook up an Xbox or a PlayStation controller to your computer and play games.
Yeah.
So like, they're basic by releasing on Windows, which is great because PC gamers need love too, but they're
somewhat.
hurting the Xbox sales, which
Yeah,
they're
we're coming
fine
up
with
on-
because Microsoft.
We are coming up on the
So-
hour mark for Microsoft, so.
Oh, Jesus Christ! All right. So my grade, I'm gonna be less than a B, but I'm gonna be in between a C plus and a B. I'm gonna be a B minus. Now I can't say that they were complete garbage because they weren't. They
No.
had, but almost everything that they showed was either you get it for PlayStation and Xbox and PC or whatever, or like you said, you get it for the Windows or Xbox, and that killed it. If they had more exclusives that were awesome and everything, yes, they'd probably be higher. And also, along with the fact that Xbox One X is a freaking $500, that kills it, and it would almost have dropped it down to at least a D for me. But the Xbox backwards compatibility stuff,
Yeah,
That
that's
is
what
what
helped
keeps
keep
it-
that up for me.
that keeps it in the running. But honestly, I don't have much else to say with it because Assassin's Creed and all the other Dragon Ball, all those games are going to be also for PlayStation. So
I almost cried whenever they were revealing
yeah.
Dragon Ball at the Xbox conference. I'm like, don't tell me that that's only for Xbox, because that will actually make me buy an Xbox. Admittedly,
Yep.
I would also have some more things to play at this point, because like there's Killer Instinct, there's going to be Cuphead. You know, there's a couple of things
Yeah.
on there that I'm fine with, but I don't want to. They still haven't given
So-
me a reason to purchase an Xbox.
Another good thing. Well, see, the reasons that I gave it a B instead of a B minus or a C minus, like you guys did, they're upgrading a handful of their Xbox exclusive games to 4K for free. Gears of War.
I'm gonna go ahead
Killer
and get
Instinct,
devil's advocate and
all
argue
those games
that
are getting
PlayStation has already done that with PlayStation 4 Pro.
What?
Already done that with PlayStation. They did the same thing where they upgraded their past games for free.
Well, I thought it was a pretty good announcement. I didn't know that, but I thought it was a pretty good announcement.
Like, I
think-
would give them more if it hadn't been that they're following in PlayStation's footsteps at that point. And people who are gamers
So-
care more about games than the power of their console half the time.
So I guess overall, if you average all this together, you get about C plus.
C plus, B minus, something
Well,
like that, yeah.
no, a B minus, and a C. Well, I guess he did say C minus.
So yeah, you get a C plus.
Admittedly, I'm a
The
little
average
biased, so
odds are about C
we'll
plus
give
or
them...
C.
Yeah. Either way, moving on. Do we want to cover any of the studios rather than the console? Do we want to include one of the studios on to Microsoft's podcast, like Bethesda or Microsoft?
Oh,
Bethesda was the biggest letdown of the year, and here's why. I've said it before, and I'll say it again.
Yeah,
They should have
we'll cover
released a new
Bethesda.
Elder Scrolls, or a new Fallout, or a new something. Just saying, here's our old games that you played with a little more.
Yeah.
They have beat Skyrim to absolute death. They've done everything in the world to Skyrim. It needs to die. Let it die. I know somebody who's bought like 6 copies of Skyrim over the first
it's
game
you.
of the year. Like, did you say me?
well,
I said, yeah, it's you.
I've only bought
besides,
I've only bought it
besides,
3 or 4 times.
well, all I know, Gerald, is that you've got a lot of editing to do. But before we finish this, I'll say the last thing that we should always say it in all of our videos. I
Are
hope
we
that you
covering
enjoy.
Bethesda?
Are we doing Bethesda?
Fuck you, Bethesda.
We can do it really
No,
quickly.
go
Like,
ahead.
they had a very short press conference, and it's just, we can
Yeah,
run
we
down.
can
You
do.
guys-
I think we can do Bethesda. I'm gonna cut it and edit the video. I'm gonna download the base video and cut and edit it myself. It'll take me.
Wait,
no,
is it
no
on?
time at
Is
all.
it Three Hammers? Is it on Three Hammers?
Yes, it's on Three
No, it's
Hammers
on
Twitch.
Oh, I didn't know that. All right,
Yeah.
Steven, then you're doing the editing.
Okay, Bethesda,
I'm
first thing
gonna
they
do it
showed...
easily.
First thing they showed for Bethesda was Doom is getting a VR experience.
Garbage.
It looked
That was
It
like
looked
the best thing they showed was
it
Doom
looked
VR.
interesting, but it's VR, and
just-
I've not got a VR.
Listen,
What?
I did not see it, but I can already tell you from what I've experienced with VR so far, because I have one, is the fact that all it is a fucking mini game. That's all it is a mini game. It's
This
nothing
one
more.
one looked like it was
These
somewhat
are
of a mini
supposed to
game,
be-
but
The Doom VR was the best thing they showed. Fallout 4 VR looks okay.
which is next.
But
Fallout 4
the rest
VR
of it, I was
is
just
going to be
done with.
fucking. I think Fallout 4 VR is going to be sickening to play because you don't warp around, you don't have a way to control yourself. No, your controller walks you forward, and I feel like that's going to make people sick. Also,
Just-
Fallout 4 is old as shit, and we don't care anymore. A lot of people
At
are
this
have been
point-
burnt by Fallout 4.
I wasn't excited for Dishonored 3 at all. I played the first one. I didn't play the second one because I
God
didn't
damn it,
enjoy the
Steven.
first one enough to play the second one. And so now they're bringing out a third, and I'm just like, okay, whatever. And then they brought out the Morrowind thing, which is great.
Elder Scrolls Online
was
Morrowind,
probably, yeah, Morrowind was probably the best game that they've had. Oblivion was fantastic. I loved Skyrim in the beginning. At this point, I'm done with it, but I loved it in the beginning.
I'm
But I
only
think
done with
bringing
Skyrim,
out
but just
Morrowind-
because of how many times they've continued to try and bring it out and continue to have it try and be a thing. It's like, guys, come on, move on, make something new.
Well,
It's as someone
we
else put
got
it,
it.
it's a 6-year-old game now.
I got Skyrim the day it come out for the Xbox.
Same.
Then I got it for the PC. Then I got rid of my copy when I beat it. Then they brought the Game of the Year edition or whatever that had all the expansions. I got that.
And then you bought the special edition that just came out.
No, and I bought it for the
Okay.
Xbox One.
Oh, okay.
And so, like,
Well, that is the special edition.
Well, I guess I don't know, but and now they've just released another one for PC and Xbox, which is like the HD collection Skyrim thing.
That's
and I'm like,
the special
you
edition.
just have to let it die. You just have to let it die. Let it die. It's dead. It's gone. It's done. Let it die.
Speaking
good game.
of Elder Scrolls, there's as we said before, the Elder Scrolls card game, which has apparently been out and is now coming to Android and iOS. That's the only really news I saw from that, other than they're also bringing an expansion that has to do with Skyrim again, which that's fine because that's an expansion for the card game. That's fine. I can understand
worst thing. Well, I felt like the Morrowind expansion was just like saying, "Hey guys, remember Elder Scrolls Online? We're still here."
That's what I felt like too for
the
the Elder Scrolls
thing,
Online.
And you guys might have missed this, was when they were talking about it, they said that they will be, basically they're going to be working with people for mods, working with people to get mods and create
Community
mods
Club
that are
seems
trusted.
to be paid mods, which
That's what
Valve
it is.
did
I was about to say,
before,
the
and it's
Community Club.
terrible. It's failed, unless they do something that's like
Community
a
Club
free-to-play kind
is
of
gonna be
thing
paid
where you're able to
mods.
earn stuff.
Like,
I
that's
don't
such
know.
garbage. How are you going to have paid mods? Like, modding you get for free every day, now they're going to be paid.
Because
The
Bethesda
Community Club
feels like they
things-
need to just money grub everywhere.
And you're going to have that currency, I can't remember the name of it, but I did know the name of the currency you're going to have.
I like
And that
how
seems
someone
dumb,
brought
too.
up just Bethesda bucks. We're just going to call it that for now.
Bethesda bucks. Works for me.
Also,
Uh,
again, speaking of Skyrim, we get that Skyrim's coming to Switch. That's kind of cool because now Skyrim's on the mobile, but again, 6-year-old game, no one cares anymore. It's dumb shit I've ever seen, while still being the funniest shit, is the fact that you can scan in your Zelda Breath of the Wild amiibo, and you get Link's armor and the Master Sword and the shield.
Which is pretty exciting, I guess, from a position of liking Skyrim.
Yeah.
I don't think that if I had Switch, I'd probably buy Skyrim again. But the reason why is because Skyrim you can take with you. But the battery life, they say it will incredibly impact the battery life. I've seen a lot of people talk about this, say that your battery life will be significantly lower while it'll die faster playing Skyrim than it will any other game.
Okay, because Breath of the Wild was okay. I could take my Switch with me and play some Breath of the Wild. Like if I go to work, I have a 30-minute break. Go play some Breath of the Wild. That's fine because I'm not someone who's going to go and play it for forever while I'm out. I have a DS for something like that, which is weird because I was originally like I don't like DS and I don't care for DS anymore because Switch. I want to play my stuff on Switch, but the battery life does leave things to be a little desired there. But anyways, we should probably move on from that. We shouldn't give Bethesda that long of a spotlight here.
Yeah.
Let's give themselves a lot of a
So-
spotlight.
So if that's it for
just
Bethesda,
It is not.
is that it for Bethesda?
We have a couple more things. Quake
Oh.
Champions decided to completely embrace esports, man. Esports, bro, dude. Go drink some Mountain Dew and Doritos. Shoutcast.
Game Fuel.
Yeah, basically. But they didn't. They didn't show a lot about the game. Then it looks like Quake, and oh my God, I can barely. Like people can barely follow Overwatch esports when they're seeing people play that. Quake will Quake's will make people throw the fuck up. I was watching
Quake
that,
is
like people
it's
are
just
moving.
Quake. There's no other way to say it.
Yeah, people are moving like you have a Lucio speed boost on, and then double it.
I've played a lot of
kinda
games like that. Unreal Tournament was kind of like that.
Yeah.
Unreal Tournament 3, it was good.
After that, Bethesda showed something I didn't realize was a thing at first. I should have, and I thought it was a new horror IP. But it was not. It was instead The Evil Within 2. Which,
Oh, I'm so
Oh
excited.
yeah, that looks
That
good.
see-
yeah,
this-
that does.
if
The
you've not
trailer
seen
for
it,
that was so fantastic. Oh my goodness.
Stanley, if you've not seen it, you need to see that. Oh my God, it's a joyride.
Because I played the first one and beat it, so I'm pretty excited for the second one. The first one scared the crap out of me.
They gave it a
I
release
have
date
not
of October
played it.
13th
I need to.
here.
Are you? Oh,
It's coming out on
man.
Friday the 13th.
Oh man, I'm buying that.
After
I'll
Evil Within.
probably rent it from GameFly. I don't know that I'll buy it.
Yeah, I'm not one for
Mostly
horror
because,
games, so
I've not played the first one. I wanted to, I just never did get the chance. So I think that I'll probably pick that one up as well.
I'm not big into horror games, so I'm probably not going to play it or anything like that. But I'm happy to see that that's continuing, because, like, Evil Within, I feel like caused Resident Evil to go back to its roots and make itself better. But after
Resident Evil is on the list of most racist games to ever come out. Can you believe that?
a little bit, but
Resident
anyway,
Evil 4 and 5 are 4 is supposed to be super sexist and 5 is supposed to be super racist.
I
And
mean, if
sexist,
that's is that it for our thing?
Bethesda had one more game to show, which had some good humor in it. It was the new Wolfenstein game that's coming out. I don't think they showed any gameplay, and if they did, I mean, it's a Wolfenstein game. They don't have much to improve on, because apparently it's really good, and it's more for story. And that story looked kind of interesting and funny.
Wolfenstein is Wolfenstein. It looks good though.
Yes, it does look really good. I think the trailer is at least worth a watch. I found it kind of entertaining.
And it'll be nice to have a game where you can, you know, not be killing minorities for a change.
Yeah.
But
So, that's it for me. I'm done. I have nothing else that I want to talk about. Or
Since we
nothing
did
else
it
comes to
for
mind.
Microsoft, really quick thoughts on Bethesda in a letter grade. I'm gonna give them probably a D.
I mean,
I
if
would
you don't come out,
definitely give Bethesda a D. They didn't earn an F, but boy, they were. It was just underwhelming.
Yeah.
Like it was just underwhelming. I have not seen anybody
Did not
say,
meet expectations.
"Oh man, Bethesda." Yeah, I've not seen anybody say, "Oh man, did you see that Bethesda? It was so good." Everybody's been like, "Did you see Bethesda?" and
Did you see
they sound
Bethesda?
disappointed.
Boy.
Like,
well, I will say this though. Bethesda, I don't think Bethesda's really come out with anything good in a minute. Honestly, besides, well,
I
there are
mean,
like 30 different editions of Skyrim. From what I've heard, because I didn't really watch the Bethesda, I'm excited for the Evil Within 2 because I enjoyed the first one and I beat it and it was so freaking hard and it scared the crap out of me, and I'm hoping that they bring the same amount of horror. I will do the same. I have to just give it a I'm gonna give it a D minus.
yeah.
And that's just because I can't help it. It's the Evil Within makes me want to push it a little higher, but I can't. For the
that's
overall,
what I did.
the
I pushed it
one.
higher because of Evil Within. If it had been if they hadn't have showed that, it would have been significantly lower for me.
Yeah. And I think the new Wolfenstein is probably a good thing for them to put out as well. Just to randomly put this here, there is nothing to cover for it. There was a conference from a company for digital. That conference is only 15 minutes long, and it's kind of a joke. And that's the most batshit insane thing I had seen all E3.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't even know what the hell. But I
So
thought
Steven, what do you
just put
do?
that at the end.
Giving them so it was all D's.
Yeah, pretty much. Their overall grade from us is a D, because we had a D minus and then 2.
So yeah, to
Ds.
even out to
So
D.
it'll be a yeah.
So
Averages out to a D.
So since we're pretty much done, I'm guessing, this has been 3 Hammers. Getting rid of the reviews. But this has been 3 Hammers Gaming. This is Stanley.
This is Gerald.
This is Steven.